Hello, I'm Ken, also known as Kenneth Shumaker. I write the several series and short stories. I have the novel Lair Army published on Amazon, Kobo, Ingram Sparks, and Apple. I have published for Eric Kriegel the novel Exhaust from the Tin Woods and a few short stories. Now, what we're here for is an educational series called Del Rey and InUPress Education. We originally called it a few different names, and we considered calling it Del Rey and InUPress Writers Education, but we dropped the writing and just called it Education. Now, I've been published several times traditionally and supported publishing and self-publishing in indie publishing. I write heavily every day, 300 to 500 to 2,000 words, depending what my time allows. I support other writers and businesses in motivation and productivity and many other things. I counsel businesses and writers, and I'm here to support you and educate you with Del Rey as my guest host. So join us on Del Rey and InUPress Education. Enjoy. May the word stay with you. Thank you. So I'm Ken with Inevitable Unicorn Press, and today I have with me Rey Jean, an author of, well, I'll let her explain that part. She's quite prolific, and I like her journal style that she writes in. And she has a couple styles. Now, we're doing this consultation on Zoom so we can share it with people and give them the experience of what Del Rey's learning. Del Rey, go ahead.
Did you want me to talk about what I do mostly first?
Yeah, talk about yourself first.
Okay, cool. Well, as you said, I'm Rey Jean. So I write a lot of, most of what I write is fiction. A lot of it is fantasy and horror. There's a bit of a Christian spin on some of it. At the moment, I've finished a novel that I'm working on getting published, and I'm doing a journaling series from the point of view of one of the characters from that book. So it lets you have sort of unique perspectives into the novel that you wouldn't get from the actual novel when you do read it, and it lets me also figure out what's happening next. And I write anything from short stories to really bad poetry to this journaling series to novels. I write everything. As long as my brain's still in it, I'm putting it on paper.
And I've read some of your shorter pieces and some of your longer pieces, and you have a good voice and consistent, which is what I like to see. You have some questions. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, that all being said, we're creators. We're problem solvers.
Yep.
So we have the drive. You've been writing for years and creating for years, so you have the drive to do it.
Yeah.
Now it comes to the point where you got to sit down and say, am I committed to make the habits and the schedules and the motivation to do the next step?
Yeah.
Make the marketing and the promotions and the extra content and the content that's going to sell.
Yeah. That's another one that I had on the list too, was overcoming the actual like problems with motivation. Like, you know, you're I've got a full-time job, and it's a very people-y job, so by the time I come home I'm exhausted because people make me exhausted. And then I'm trying to figure out how to decide to write in my days off when I just want to sleep.
I understand. You work, I know where you work, and it's very people-oriented. I worked in a similar job. I worked parts at a dealership for 9 years, front counter.
Yeah.
8 hours a day. People, constantly. People. You go home, you don't want to talk to anyone. You don't even want to talk to your family.
No.
You just want to sit down and bury your head. But yet you got to carry on and keep going. So what's the motivation? I worked for 9 years from 2004 to 2013 in parts. I started writing again. I quit writing and I started writing in 2009 because I needed to release that tension from work. So I wrote a blog of 500 words every week. Wrote and produced a blog every week of 500 words that I published Fridays on a blog site. And then on top of that, I got a group together that we gamed on a storyboard every day. There's 5 of us. Now it's a moderator. This was my release. So what was my motivation? Release.
Yeah.
But that evolved to relaxation. And that's not answering your question. That's my way of dealing with the tension. But
I feel like the motivation question is a very personal one, though.
It's very personal because each person is different.
Yeah.
Why do you do what you do is different for each person.
Yeah. So what motivates that is going to be different for every person.
Exactly.
Just got to figure out what my motivator is.
So
I know
to be productive is a different question again. Motivation to be productive. Like I'm in a new project now. My motivation is to help people to solve their financial issues and overcome the lack of knowledge on financial issues.
Yeah.
But also my current set of motivations is to help writers and businesses build their brands and platforms to promote themselves.
Yeah.
Right? So my content is my writing is old hat that I do because I enjoy it. I do all this stuff because I enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
I have health issues that I'm not in a position to hold a full-time job 8 hours a day. So I work 40 minutes, relax for 10 to 15 minutes, and then work 40 minutes again. And then I may work 3 hours one day, may work 8 hours another day, 5 hours another day. I had to learn to relax and do that and take the stress off because I would drive myself so hard, I would only sleep 3 hours a night. I was working 14 to 16 hours a day. Driving myself to this health condition. So you gotta learn to relax. Come on, kid, relax. That's your motivation. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. So relax.
Yep.
Create, do your job because your job pays the bills, but get a job that you're good with and you're happy with so you can write to make yourself happier so that you can be healthy.
Yeah.
And being social with your family and your significant other is part of being healthy.
Yeah.
So it's all a balancing act. I use the term act lightly. It's not an act, but it's part of life. You gotta be balanced in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of us don't learn it until we're 48 or 49. Some of us learn at 15 or 20. It's just life.
Yeah. Well, what I've started to do is I'm actually starting to block my days and plan them out. So like the days that I work, I'll have like a minimal thing that I want to work on, or I'll tell myself, okay, well, at work you can work on this project or this project if there's, time and stuff like that. And then I just sort of pick one of my 3 days off. I work 6 days on and 3 days off. So I'll pick one of my days off where it's just specifically for all of the things that I want to get done. Just do a little bit of each of the things. And then I'm starting to work on figuring out a little plan for the days that I do work, and then like I can still do a little bit of something, and then I can feel accomplished, so I don't feel bad when I just want to play video games with my boyfriend,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to work on now, is just planning things out and actually like putting my writing into a position where it's like work too.
Yeah.
Because that's the main thing I'm always hearing about is you can't, if you want to write to make money, you can't write like a hobby.
No, it's not. It can't be a hobby. It's got to be a job.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I've started.
For myself, I use the 6 goal system. I have 6 daily goals, 6 weekly goals, 6 monthly goals, and 6 yearly goals. And I don't have to achieve all 6 goals in those periods. I shoot to achieve 4 of the 6, but I make 6 so I can have 6 to work on.
Yeah.
And then if I achieve 4, that's a minor success. If I achieve 6, that's a major success.
I'm taking notes on that part.
Huh?
I'm taking notes on this part.
Okay. And so I'll slow down because I tend to talk fast. So on a minor success, I get a small reward. Because it's always nice to have rewards when you do something well. And for a major reward, I get a major success. I get myself a major reward.
Mm-hmm.
But if I fail to make a minor reward, I have a penalty. Now, for myself, I make monetary penalties.
Mm-hmm.
So, like a weekly fail of 3 to get 3 or less completed goals is $10.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the year, at Christmas time, I have this pot of money for fails, and I take that as gifts,
Mm-hmm.
charity gifts or non-family gifts.
Yeah.
Right now, it's sitting at $80 for the year. Now, a monthly fail is $50, so
Yeah.
add 1 monthly fail. So it's kind of not a bad sign that it's only $80.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good then. You're doing well then. Well, considering how much tracking I'm doing with like money right now to like figure out how to be able to get out on my own and all those fun things, that would probably be a really, really decent motivator, because I'd be like, I need that $10.
Yep. It is a huge motivator for many people. So the rewards
Mm-hmm.
on a weekly minor reward is a coffee out with a friend or writing partner.
Mm-hmm.
A major success is a lunch out and a day off.
Days off are nice.
I managed to stack. My calendar says I have nine full days off.
Nice.
I save them up for a holiday.